everyone, it's Laynie, and how are you guys doing today? I hope you are having a wonderful day so far. Really, I do. If you are new to my channel, let me start by saying welcome. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. You guys, it feels weird to sit down and film. This is like the first time I've filmed in probably since that last video I put up, actually. I just first of all want to apologize that I did not get any videos put out. I do have 2 videos pre-recorded, but they're like long videos that need so much editing, and I just did not have it in me to get that done. I'm sorry. Things have been so crazy. So we are going to do a little chatty get ready with me, and I'll tell you how moving and getting ready to move is going while I get ready. The products I'm using are going to be pretty random because I am trying to use up some things before we move that I don't really want to have to take with me. Either I've had them too long or they're like smaller sample size. Yes, I think random is the word for my life right now. So I am a person who likes to be fairly organized. I can be a spontaneous person, like I'm not that anal. But when it comes to like my home and my day-to-day life, I like routine. I like things to go how I'm used to them going. And none of that can happen right now, and it's just terrible. My house is a disaster. My beauty room is a disaster. My makeup brushes are, everything's a disaster. I mean, I know it's like that saying, it gets worse before it gets better, is true when you are moving and prepping to move. But my gosh, you guys, I just hate it. I don't like how my house... Okay, first of all, we'll start with my makeup brushes. I'm not even going to admit to you guys how long it's been since I've cleaned, like thoroughly deep cleaned my brushes. Too long. Far too long. Yeah. And I am like one of those like every week brush washers. So when I'm saying it's been too long, it's been a while. That was the ordinary high silicone primer I was using in the Milk Underwater Eye Stick because we have not been getting a ton of sleep because we've just been trying to hammer away at our house to get it ready for sale. We've just been doing so many home projects, like so many home projects. And when it comes to working and doing home projects and just home projects in general, like the daily cleaning goes out the window because you have stuff, we have stuff everywhere. We have paint and caulk and brushes and tools and home repair stuff everywhere. We literally have to barricade off our lower level and our office so that our dog doesn't go down there because there's stuff everywhere. And so since when I'm not working, everything is about doing projects. We've painted all the trim in our main living level. Because our floor is like a multi-level, so we've done all the trim. We regrouted our kitchen floor, resealed the kitchen floor. We patched walls, painted walls. We have, what else have we done? We started on some landscaping. We're trying to fix a mirror. We have this mirror that has a little etch in it. There's so many things, I can't think of it now. Trim was the big one. Oh, we put up new trim in around our big door. I mean, it's been like a lot. None of them are like huge, like fixer-upper type of renovations, but they're still time consuming. You know, it's still like gotta balancing getting that done and packing. Oh, lots of packing. We've been trying to box up everything we don't need on our during our daily lives. I mixed Unique concealer and this Temp 2 liquid bronzer. I've had this concealer for quite a while now, so I'm kind of just using it as all over foundation with a little bit of bronzer in it because it is too light. Just to try to use it up. You know, I'm not afraid to break the makeup rule sometimes. Who else has used concealer as foundation? Come on. I know there's others out there. That's just how I feel. Like, I just need to take a few deep breaths. And then all of this, and I'm not getting enough sleep because we're staying up late working on projects and packing and then getting up early. My husband has been prepping for a massive work test, which means like some days he has to study for like 5 to 6 hours. It's just been crazy. And when we're doing home repair, since there's stuff everywhere and everything's out of place, because we have to move things from one room to another to get to the area we need to fix the trim. So nothing is in place right now, and actual like cleaning that I would usually do on like an every other day basis, like wiping down my kitchen counters and sweeping the floor and vacuuming and, you know, all of that stuff has been pushed to the back burner. So if anyone came to my house right now, I would die of embarrassment. I am one of those people. Have you ever seen that video online of the guy pretending to be his mom when people come over, and he goes, "Don't even sit on the couch." Like, that is me about my house. Like, I want my house to be super tidy and super clean, and it is not right now. So please, no one pop over, because I would just die of embarrassment. I have a mountain of dishes in the sink. There's just stuff sitting on, a bunch of random stuff sitting on our kitchen table. We can't even eat at our kitchen table right now. It literally looks like a tornado hit the inside of my house. It's true. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It looks really bad. So that has been my life, and why I just haven't had it in me to sit down and film like a full glam, because I have not been wearing full glam. I've been doing the bare minimums when I go to work. When I'm not at work, I haven't been wearing an ounce of makeup. I am heading into work, so that is why I decided to sit down and film this, and also because I feel really bad that I didn't get a video up. So I hope everything is going more normal with you guys. Yeah, I'm definitely a bit of like a perfectionist and all of that. I feel like a lot of people who start YouTube channels kind of are, or people who are into makeup kind of are. I feel like there's like two extremes, like people who are just like free-spirited and like whatever and can do like really fun and out of the box things, and then there's more of us who are like, no, it will be perfect. So this is definitely testing my patience, my anxiety. It's just testing me, you guys. It's testing me. We are still like, woo, I look like a ghost right now. We are still trying to find a place to live, so that's another stressor. I just keep doing that. I'm like, just when I think about it, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for it all to be over. So we are currently still looking for a place to live. We did go and look one weekend. We took a long weekend, drove there and checked out properties, and you guys, it's hard to find something because I love this house so much. I would put this house in, like, if I had to categorize it, it's not like dream house, but it's like the perfect starter home. It's just a really nice size. I don't need a big home. I don't want a big home. I'm not one of those who needs like 55 bedrooms and 44 bathrooms. Like, that is not my cup of tea, because I gotta clean that place, and that is too much. But it's like, we love our house so much, so when we go to look at some of these other ones in our price range, they're just not comparing. There's one house we really like, but it is over our price range. We are very careful about major budgeting when it comes to big, like, purchases, homes, cars. We just paid off our student loans, so we are not trying to be house poor. We try to be careful. Like, we just really try to be cautious and careful and make smart decisions and make sure we always purchase within our means, and don't just buy something because, oh my gosh, we're trying to keep up with the Joneses or whatever, you know. No, it is about being reasonable and making smart decisions. So there's one home that we really like, but it is out of our price range, and we will not go over our price range for a house. We will not do it. We do not want to be house poor. We want to be able to take a vacation every year. We don't want to be stressed. Like, we just paid off our student loans. Like, we want to be in a better financial spot, not a worse. So the thing is, the house has been on the market a really long time. Like, a really long time, in my opinion. If our home sat there that long, I would freak out, because I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, what are we gonna do? The market where we live right now is currently super hot. Super hot. Like, houses are selling in a day or two, so that is what I'm hoping happens for us. But the home we're looking at in the other state we're going to, we really like, but it is over budget. But like I said, it has sat for a really long time, so I don't know if that could be negotiated. We'll see. We shall see. So that's just like and we're trying to figure out, oh gosh, the other stressor is trying to figure out how to get there. How should we move it? Should we rent a U-Haul? Should we hire a moving company? By the way, had a company come out and quote us. It was like $4,000. I'm like, that ain't gonna happen. No, we can't do that. That's not a good idea. So if you guys have had any experience with out-of-state moving, please leave them down below. What should we do? We are currently looking into a company called U-Pack, where you pack up all your own stuff, which makes it way more affordable. They just basically park the moving truck out front of your place. You get 3 days to pack it, then you get 3 days to unload it when you get to your new destination. That is what we're kind of leaning towards, but then we've also considered like renting an enterprise moving truck. We're not really a fan of U-Haul. We haven't had the best of experiences with them. Other times we've moved and they charge you per mile, which I think Enterprise might do too. So far U-Pack is looking like the best price. But there's just so much to figure out. So much to figure out. I'll need some bronzer. I got too many bronzers. I don't know what to use. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild. So I have not been buying any makeup. I have not been buying anything. Of course, I've been online shopping, you know, where you look at stuff and you stick it in your cart. But I'm like, I am not going to add anything extra for us to move around or pack up. Plus, we're trying to save money. There's so much we want to do still. I'm actually taking all of next week off of work. I finally just decided to do it. I know we need the money because I'm not a salaried employee. I know we need the money. But I'm like, no, we just need some time to finish up, because if we could show our house sooner than planned, then if it's sold really fast, like a lot of the other houses in our area, then we could know a little bit better what our exact budget is for a house. It would also help us know how much money we have for moving, like what we could get away with, what we should skimp on. Then also it's just the fact that if it sells, then I won't have to worry about it anymore. And that part would be really awesome. Then there's also just like the simple things of like, there's friends I've been so busy with getting, I've been so busy with getting things ready here. I haven't been able to do anything with like the people I want to see before we move. There's things we want to do. We want to get to go and spend a day and just enjoy the city one last time. So there is a lot to accomplish next week. A lot to accomplish next week. Have any of you ever moved out of state? We've moved out of state. This isn't our first time. It's just that this is our first time moving from an actual home and not like a rental property. So the pressure is on. We have more stuff. There's just a lot to get done. The selling of the house is quite stressful. I feel like our house should sell pretty easily. It's just getting it ready to be shown and knowing that we're not going to be able to be in it for a while because we have a dog. And if he comes in, then the house is going to get messy. Like, there's no doubt. He sheds like crazy. I feel like our poor little dog has been kind of stressed because he is not getting his normal exercise. He's not getting his normal anything. You guys, I just feel like I'm out of breath. That's like... I feel like when I talk about it, I stop breathing. I just like, and then I just stop breathing. So, yeah, so our dog, I think, also is wondering why all of our stuff is out of place and why we're packing everything up. Why he has to be barricaded from the downstairs. I think he's confused too, and he's a little stressed out. He was getting a little testy the other day. My husband and I were playing with him, and he's not ever aggressive. But when we were trying to take his little ball from him, he was getting a little aggressive. And I was like, I think he's anxious. I think he's stressed. He also doesn't get what's going on. Yeah, so like I said, we've done this before. This one is just like a way bigger deal because we own a home. Also, when we moved here, my husband's company paid for the move, which they're not doing this time, which also made a huge difference. Even though I was a little bummed out when I first found out that they weren't going to help us with the move, just because I was like freaking out because we've never had to do that and I didn't know how all of this was going to go. It is better that they helped us this way, because if they hadn't helped us this way, there's no way we would have been able to get into this house. Definitely would have made figuring out our life here a lot harder. I feel like it'll be easier doing it on our own, going from here to our new place, than this move when we move down here. I hope that makes sense. But since, like, okay, we've owned a home once, like, so we know now how home ownership goes. We're not experts or anything, but, you know, we've been through it. Okay, we can figure this out on our own. It's just the actual, like, getting our stuff there is the stressful part. And since we don't know where we're living yet, that is kind of hard because, like, when I do have moving companies quote us, they're like, what house are you moving to? And I'm like, I don't know yet. We don't know. We haven't found one. We did decide that if we can't find anything that we're, like, in love with, we're just going to rent something. Because this move is like, you know, it's like a test. It's like, we think this is going to bring better opportunities for us in the future. Maybe not right away, but a few years from now. So this was kind of like a test. So, you know, if we can't find something we love more than here, why should we settle, you know? That's kind of our thoughts. We love our house here. It's hard to leave our house. We love the city. But we're kind of like going out on a limb here because we think something better down the road will come of it. But if we don't love the house more, why should we settle? We can always wait for something better to come along. The only thing that would suck about that is then we'd have to go through the whole moving process again. And it's like when you get settled somewhere new, sometimes you just don't want to go through the headache of moving everything, redecorating. I'm one of those where I like to get in, I like to get settled, get my routine started. I'm like an old lady at heart, you guys. Legitimately, I am an old lady at heart. Like, I won't even lie. I won't even sugarcoat it. I am an old lady at heart. I love to have fun. I love to be goofy. I love to be silly. But I'm an old lady at heart. I have, like, most of my friends are, like, 40s and 50s. And I think one of them might be 60 or is going to be 60. So, it's so funny. One of my good friends, she is in her 50s. And we hang out. And all the time she's like, I forget that you are the same age as my daughter. It just doesn't feel like you could be the same age as my daughter because I'm an old lady at heart. I don't know. I guess I've always just been kind of overly mature for my age. Like my whole life I've just been that way. I think sometimes when you go through difficult things as a kid, it makes you grow up faster, and I think that's part of it. I also think a large part of it is that I was raised by older parents. My dad is in his 70s. And so, I mean, my mom wasn't super old for having me, but she was a little bit older than most women. So, not now. Now it's like normal to have a kid when you're in your mid-30s. But, you know, when I was born, that was not very common. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a mixture of the things. Just a old person at heart. I love old people. I do. I love old people. I love visiting with them. And I don't consider old in their 50s either. Since my dad's in his 70s, when someone's like, oh, I'm old, I'm 55, I'm like, please, you're not old. My dad's 70, he's 70 something. And he acts so young. So I do believe age is a state of mind. It's hard to talk and do your eyebrows. That is the one thing that's really hard. But when I say I love talking to old people, I mean like truly someone old. Like I had a really good friend who has passed on now, but she was like, I think 97 when she died. I love hearing their stories of like how much change they've seen in their lives, you know. One of my grandpa's sisters was telling me, she was probably in her 90s at the time, and she was telling me how when she was in the 2nd grade, the kid down the street would pick her up and he would drive them to school. He was in the 2nd grade too. Yeah. So it's like, it's crazy to hear how things have changed. I can't imagine. I was struggling with the eyebrows today, but I think it turned out good enough. Some days, like my eyebrows, I get done like boom, like the easiest thing I've done all day. And then other days it's like, oh my gosh, they just won't cooperate. So another reason I'm so excited to make this video is because I bought this like a while back when it first came out, like right after Jay Kissa was talking about this. This is the in-nude-endo by ColourPop, their highlighter palette. It looks so beautiful. When she swatched it, I was like, oh my gosh. And I've had it sitting here, and since I haven't been filming, so many days when I was getting ready for work, I was like, I want to try you. I want to try you. But I was like, I can't do it without my Lash Family. So I have been waiting to do it until you guys were watching. So I'm so excited to try this out today. The colors look so, so, so beautiful. Ah! Let me tell you guys, if you have anxiety and you're moving and you're stressed about it, the best thing you can have is a spouse who is chill. My husband is like one of the most chill people I've ever met in my life. Like, really. He rarely, and when I say, I mean like 3 times in the 7 years I've known him have I ever seen him actually mad about something. On the other extreme of that, he never gets super duper excited about anything or really sad. He's just so chill. He's just easy going, laid back, doesn't let anything get to him. Chill. So thankfully I have him to balance me out, because when major things are going on like moving, I turn into a crazed person. And he's just like chill. He's like, it'll all work out. It's fine. We'll tackle this today. We'll tackle this tomorrow. Where I'm like, we gotta do everything. We gotta do it all at once. And he's like, no, we'll just do this. So find yourself a spouse who's chill if you're not chill. You gotta have some chill in your life. It's important. So anyways, let's just get to swatching this. Going in with Glad You Came. These feel really nice. Oh my goodness, so buttery. Oh yes, and they're supposed to not be glittery at all. They're supposed to be more of a foiled highlight, which is my favorite. On the loose. Ooh, that's stunning. It's not my color, but lately I've been taking highlighters that are too deep for me and mixing with lighter highlighters, and it works out really well. Fine line. Ooh, I love that one. That's beautiful. These remind me of the Kathleen Lights Makeup Geek highlighter palette. They feel that good. On Tempo. Ooh, that's pretty. That's a lot like the Kathleen Lights highlighter palette there, that last one. Don't those look beautiful? They're not glittery at all, just like really foiled. Morning After. Ooh, that's pretty. It's kind of like a rose gold. It's very rose gold. Really pretty. And then Losing Sleep. That's me lately. Ooh. This would be stunning on deep skin. Oh my gosh. That would be so beautiful. Okay, these look amazing. I can't wait to use them. I think I'm going to apply them first and then go in with blush. I've really been liking that lately. This might be the longest video ever, but I don't even care because it honestly feels good just to sit and like talk this all out. Okay, so I'm going to mix Glad You Came with Fine Lines. So I'm taking just a little bit of Glad You Came and Fine Lines on a fan brush, tapping it off once. Oh, yes. Okay, so that is with a really light application. That is stunning. That's like that wet look. I love that. See if we can kind of build it up. Oh my gosh. That is like I'm a Victoria's Secret model. Hello. Look at that glow. Obsessed. These are probably some of the nicest highlighters I've ever used. I don't remember the price, but I will link it down below for you guys. Anything ColourPop, though, you know is not expensive. I love ColourPop so much. It's like, oh, hello, cheekbones. Oh, how you doing? Oh my gosh. Obsessed. Obsessed. Loving it so much. I feel like highlighter is a fad that some different outlets for makeup, like different websites and different, like, I don't know if magazines, it's like media outlets, social media outlets. I feel like for a while they were trying to like die down highlighter and like talk it down like, oh, highlighter's not popular anymore. And it's like, I feel like highlighting is going to be one of those things that honestly stays around forever. Now, I think sometimes highlighting will be more popular to put on more, and other times it'll be more popular to put on less. But I feel like highlighting might be here to stay. Like, I honestly feel that way because I just cannot get enough of it. I mean, I don't go too crazy when applying it, but it's so beautiful. It's so pretty. It just makes your look pop. Like, even if you're doing the most natural makeup, you can throw on some highlighter and it's like, I look amazing. I'm glowing. I'm gonna put Glad You Came in a little, I think just Glad You Came. Right here. See how it looks as an inner corner highlight. That's very important to me. I like inner corner highlights. Super bright, that's nice. And I bet these would look amazing if you dampened them. I'm just going to throw that out there. Yep, I'm beaming in the inner corner. That's very important to me. I went a little crazy on this side, but that's okay. So I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 rating. The formula is beautiful. They look amazing on the skin. They have a color for everybody. Even if you're more fair, you could mix in some of the deeper ones and lighter ones and get a really pretty highlight. You could use them as eyeshadows. If you're more deep skin, they have that beautiful color called Losing Sleep, which is amazing. And then if you want a real pop and highlight, you could go in right on the top of the cheekbone with some of the lighter ones, and like they could see you from Mars. This is a great highlighting palette. My favorite mascara right now, I'm obsessed with this, is the Tarte Lash Paint. Oh my gosh, you guys. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know I just can't do falsies. I am not good at applying them. I don't like the way they feel on my eyes. Sometimes I like to mess around with them on occasion, but I mean, it's rare. I don't think I've put any on in like a year because I'm not good at it. They're not comfortable for me because I don't apply them well. This mascara makes it look like I'm wearing false eyelashes. It is so good, especially if I build up how much I have on my eyelashes, like slowly. I can totally look like I'm wearing falsies. That's one thing. I wish my lower eyelashes were actually a little bit shorter. Like, I'm not trying to sound silly, but it's like, oh, my eyelashes are too long. But honestly, the lower ones are a little too long. It happens all the time. And sometimes it's frustrating because some mascara is so powerful, it's really hard to get it off. Okay, and I need blush before I forget. I'm going in with my Wet n Wild. I think it's called like apricot something, maybe. No, I'm totally wrong. Rose Champagne. Some days when I want my highlight to look just like a little bit more blended in, I put the blush over top, and I feel like it really helps with that. For lips, I've just been putting on this Pout Mud by Glam Glow, because my lips have been so dry from winter, and I'm trying to use it up before we move. It gives me just a little hint of color, but like a really nice glossy lip. And it feels really good while I'm at work, because I don't always have time to reapply chapstick or lipstick or anything. So this gives me real hydration. I really like it. I know this video was really long, but I just want to say thank you for listening to me babble on about all my stress of moving and everything. I really try not to bring my life stress to my channel, because I know so many of you who watch this probably have craziness going on in your real lives and you come here for an escape. So I just hope this didn't bring anybody down. I never want to do that. I want my channel to lift people up and make you feel happy, because we all have so much stress going on in our lives. But honestly, like, I feel better. Like, I feel like a weight is off of my shoulders, because I really haven't been talking to anyone about it besides my husband, because I just haven't had time to talk to friends or anybody. I don't like to bring it to work with me. So thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for sticking around while I go through this craziness. I know my upload schedule is totally messed up, and I'm not as online right now through my social media. So thank you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I would love, love, love for you to be a part of my Lash family here on YouTube. We have the best subscribers here. And as always, please try to stay positive, because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.